we've got a little bit of breaking news, though, and I had to go ahead and chime in really, really fast because, man, oh man, Rip Ride Rockit still giving Universal trouble. Here you go from Sax on Tracks here on X. Rip Ride Rockit is burning in hell so much it actually caught fire. That's the tweet there, folks. There you go. This is what's going on right now. The Universal's currently, taking this ride apart in order so that it could be replaced. And it looks like to me, usually what happens here is you got an acetylene torch there, and you're getting some of the track with it, and all of a sudden it goes a little bit haywire. At least that's usually how these things actually occur, but that is speculation, of course, right there. You can see another photo of this, this one shared by Reconstruct, but provided by Darren Orange here. Here are some photos. They seem to be burning something off Rip Ride Rockit. I don't know about that, but boy,
it's very possible it could be a controlled burn.
In order to keep the ride from burning down, now they're clearing away the brush.
I'm sorry, but this is nothing at all compared to the damage that was done to this thing during the Sharknado. I mean, during the Sharknado, the thing was completely pulled apart.
That's a good point right there. You can see some
the
photos.
only reason we can laugh about this is because we know no one is on this ride.
Yeah,
right.
And it's off the beaten path, so it doesn't appear that anyone's in danger.
Nothing's going to fall on anybody.
Right.
No.
Right.
Exactly. And you can see some deconstruction of the ride, some demolition that's been occurring here. It's been actually happening pretty rapidly because this ride was actually entangled with some of the architectural features located in Universal Studios Florida, and they've been going at it here for quite some time. Didn't know it was actually going to be on fire at one point, but guys, your reactions to this, like,
I think I know what's going on here, Vash. I think I know what it is.
Please.
So there's a lot of rumors going around, like what's going to replace this. Is going to be like Fast and the Furious. I think they're going to put a Back to the Future ride here, and they're testing out, the flame that's on the road. They're reusing the old track.
Oh, wow. I love that theory.
That's cool.
That's a cool theory right there. I love that. Jonas, you think they're testing out Back to the Future? Or Mark?
I mean, I love the theories that are going around. There's the guess that it's going to be Ghostbusters. They've had some jokes going around on the walls talking about is it Station 88, which is the Ghostbusters station. I might be getting those numbers wrong. Or there's a theory going around that they're finally putting a Back to the Future attraction in again. I don't think that's the case. I think what it's probably going to end up being is some version of Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Here's the thing that's really important. Universal Studios Florida does not have a family coaster, and Fast and the Furious is all about family.
Stop it, Jonas. Stop it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can see this right here from Scott Walker, and then I'll go ahead and throw it over to you, Marvin. Associated companies below are the top 8 companies associated with Intamin Amusement Rides International Corporation in terms of total bills of lading. Total records are based on records since October 21st, 2012. Associations are based on records since October 2020. People are looking at this and some of the other evidence associated with this and saying that the track from Intamin has landed in this spot. Many people believing that Fast and Furious will be taking up residence in the former site of now former Rip Ride Rockit. So maybe they've got some stunt work going on here with the storyline of the Hollywood Drift version. I don't know. Marvin, go please.
I was just saying, look, there's a lot going on with Fast and the Furious right now with the movie that they're currently working on.
Yes.
They are trying to cut the budget down by an astronomical amount because I don't think they see a major return from this movie with the way the last Fast and Furious lost money. So I would be shocked if they are going to now put a second Fast and the Furious attraction into this park. I think people are done with the Fast and the Furious, and I think Universal is ready to move on from it.
We know that there's a coaster coming here. We know that that Intamin is involved. I think Intamin is, and Universal for that matter, is very, very excited about the controlled spinning aspect of Hollywood Drift, and it's going to be the first controlled spin coaster with inversions when it makes its debut in 2026 over there in Hollywood. So unlike Cosmic Rewind, where you don't have inversions, this will, and it looks phenomenal. And I let me see if I can get the 3D rendering of it here, because I kind of want to know from you what you think about this. I will say you could utilize different themes for that coaster. So just because it might be a take on Hollywood Drift doesn't necessarily mean that's what we're actually getting.
If it's not Fast and the Furious, I have an idea. They could put in other cars. If they do Back to the Future, they could have one DeLorean. They could have one Biff car. They could have, and they could have one that's the Libyan's Volkswagen bus.
Oh, the Libyan Volkswagen. That's a pretty good idea. So somebody actually modeled out what Hollywood Drift is very much supposed to be like, based on the renderings, the track that's been revealed, and what they believe the drifting portions will actually be like associated with the inversions and so forth. I really want to hear your guys' opinion on this, because this looks absolutely awesome. Looks all good from this vantage point right here, but we all know that there's going to be a launch, drives you off there. Again, this is on the side of a mountain out there in Hollywood, and you can see some of that drift element coming in, but really when you get the inversions going, that's when you really do see the drift element come into play, and you can kind of imagine what this might actually be like to experience it in person. Want to know from you, even if it's Fast and the Furious, would you be excited about something like this coming to Universal Studios Florida?
Oh,
here's
absolutely.
The thing. If it's a good ride, then who cares what theme it is? I mean, unless it's something absolutely ridiculous that or emasculating for men or absurd for women. Yeah, whatever. I think if it's a good ride, no one will care what the theme is.
It's not going to be.
Now I'm kind of wondering what an emasculating roller coaster would look like.
That's interesting, right there. Credits to I believe Coaster 3D over there, and obviously you can see right there. Ron, would you ride something like this? Look, I look at that track.
It's safe, I'm sure I'd try it. I mean, if I can go on it and I know it's safe, then would be fine riding it. I like trying out coasters, and they're, it's so interesting because the development of coasters during my lifetime has just been amazing. Over the 5 decades, when it was 1970, I just happened to be born like right around that time where theme parks were just popping up all over the nation, right? So this has been something that's been a part of my whole life. Of course, I would try out a new coaster, and I'm really curious as to what they're going to do. I think that any coaster that they put in place of Rip Ride Rockit is going to be, definitely a plus from what Rip Ride Rockit was, and just make it weather compatible, so it's not down every time the wind blows 20 miles an hour, and I think you're good to go.
Yeah, make it weatherproof and also fireproof.
Fireproof would be good. Although that would be interesting. You were talking about the Back to the Future coaster, Jonas, and I couldn't help but think, is there going to be a place where you actually have a scene where the manure is dropped on Biff?
Oh no!
I don't know. I don't want to experience. I want to see it off to the side.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Well, I don't know what's going on with Red Rocket here. Maybe they're burning something off. Maybe it's Nolan's test of Back to the Future, the coaster. That would be pretty cool right there. But whatever the case may be, hopefully it goes in fast, and hopefully when it's all done, people won't be furious.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.